In a world full of distractions, shifting dynamics, and emotional turbulence, navigating relationships can often feel like an overwhelming challenge. Whether it's friendships, romantic partnerships, or family ties, the complexities of human connection require us to be emotionally resilient, self-aware, and wise in our decisions. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in. With its ancient teachings on self-control, virtue, and wisdom, Stoicism offers timeless guidance on how to cultivate meaningful, fulfilling relationships. In this exploration, we'll dive into how Stoic principles can help us grow emotionally, make tough decisions, and maintain relationships based on mutual respect. From dealing with negative emotions to recognizing when it's time to let go, Stoicism provides a clear framework for fostering connections that truly enrich our lives. 1. Stoicism and personal growth in relationships. And of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is that we should focus on what's within our control and accept what's beyond it. In the context of relationships, this means taking ownership of our emotions, responses, and actions, rather than trying to control or manipulate others. Growth in this sense isn't about changing the other person, but about refining our own thoughts and behaviors. The Stoics emphasize the cultivation of virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By embracing these virtues, we can handle the complexities of relationships with greater equanimity. Instead of being swept away by feelings of jealousy, anger, or insecurity, Stoicism teaches us how to approach these emotions with detachment, recognizing that our peace of mind is not dependent on the actions of others. In practice, Stoic principles encourage us to reflect regularly on our behavior and motives in relationships. Are we acting out of a desire for control or genuine care? Are we being just, respectful, and fair to the people around us? This constant self-examination leads to growth and helps us navigate relationships more thoughtfully. 2. Emotional resilience and courage to let go. A critical aspect of Stoic wisdom is the idea that our happiness should not be contingent on external factors. In relationships, this idea is particularly powerful. Stoicism teaches us that attachment to people, situations, or outcomes can lead to suffering, and that true emotional resilience lies in our ability to let go when the time comes. Knowing when to walk away from a relationship, whether it's a friendship or romantic partnership, requires courage and self-awareness. The Stoics recognize that there are times when holding on to a relationship does more harm than good. The key is being able to discern when a relationship no longer aligns with our values, needs, or personal growth. The willingness to let go isn't about giving up. It's about honoring ourselves in our pursuit of virtue. Signs that it's time to let go of a relationship include consistent emotional harm, manipulation, or when the relationship becomes more about fulfilling our egoic desires than about mutual respect. Stoicism teaches that clinging to a toxic or unfulfilling relationship out of fear, insecurity, or attachment to outcomes can keep us from flourishing. 3. Mutual respect and building meaningful connections. A cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is the idea of sympathia, or the interconnectedness of all people. In relationships, this translates into the importance of mutual respect and understanding. Stoicism encourages us to treat others with fairness, recognizing their humanity and worth, regardless of their actions. Mutual respect in relationships doesn't mean agreeing on everything, but it does involve treating each other with dignity, even in moments of disagreement or conflict. Stoicism teaches that we can disagree without being disrespectful, and we can express our emotions without losing our composure. In a romantic or platonic relationship, mutual respect also means acknowledging each other's autonomy and personal growth. The Stoics believe that each person is responsible for their own journey, and relationships should support, not stifle, that process. True intimacy and connection arise from an environment where both parties can grow, evolve, and pursue their own goals while also supporting each other. 4. Dealing with negative emotions. One of the most powerful tools Stoicism offers in the context of relationships is the ability to manage negative emotions. Whether it's frustration with a partner, hurt feelings from a friend, or feelings of inadequacy in social circles, Stoicism helps us approach these emotions with clarity. The Stoics believed that our emotional responses are shaped by our judgments. For instance, when we feel slighted by a friend, it's often because we've attached certain expectations or judgments to their behavior. By shifting our perspective and examining these judgments, we can often find that the emotional reaction is a product of our own mind rather than the external world. Practicing emotional regulation in relationships helps avoid unnecessary conflict and resentment. Stoicism encourages us to step back, breathe, and view a situation from a broader, more objective perspective. By doing this, we gain the emotional resilience to weather difficult situations without allowing them to control us. 5. The role of manipulation in relationships. An unfortunate reality in many relationships is the presence of manipulation, whether it's emotional, psychological, or even covert. Stoicism can help us recognize and respond to manipulation with discernment, avoiding being swept into unhealthy patterns. The Stoics maintain that we should never compromise our values for the sake of approval or external validation. In relationships, this means being alert to signs of manipulation, such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or any attempt to control our actions or emotions. When manipulation is identified, Stoic wisdom suggests calmly and firmly setting boundaries, standing by our principles, and, if necessary, letting go of relationships that are not based on mutual respect. 6. The art of effective communication. Communication is essential for any relationship to thrive, and Stoicism offers timeless wisdom on how to approach it. In Stoic thought, there's an emphasis on speaking clearly, with purpose, and with integrity. This means that instead of reacting impulsively, we are encouraged to take a moment of reflection before responding, ensuring that what we say aligns with our values and emotions. Stoic communication isn't about suppressing or bottling up emotions. Rather, it's about expressing ourselves in a balanced and thoughtful way. We are encouraged to engage in discussions with others not for the sake of winning or being right, but for the sake of mutual understanding and growth. Stoics also recognize that we can't control how others respond, but we can control how we present ourselves. Therefore, we should strive to communicate in a way that is respectful, clear, and consistent with our own inner peace, regardless of how others might react. 7. Conclusion. Applying Stoic principles for deeper, more meaningful relationships. By adopting Stoic principles, we can approach relationships with a sense of calm, clarity, and purpose. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the natural course of life's ups and downs, to manage our emotions with wisdom, and to make choices based on virtue rather than fleeting desires or external pressures. In relationships, Stoicism offers us the tools to foster growth, navigate difficulties, and create deeper, more meaningful connections. It allows us to be present, resilient, and compassionate with both ourselves and others. Whether it's deciding when to let go of toxic connections or strengthening those that align with our values, the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy serves as a powerful guide in cultivating relationships that not only endure, but also enrich our lives in profound ways. By integrating Stoic principles into our relationships, we gain the tools to navigate emotional complexities with clarity and strength. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from controlling others or external outcomes, but from cultivating inner peace, personal growth, and virtuous actions. Whether it's practicing emotional resilience, communicating effectively, or knowing when to walk away, Stoicism helps us build relationships that are rooted in respect, understanding, and shared growth. In embracing these timeless lessons, we can create deeper, more meaningful connections that not only withstand life's challenges, but also enrich our journey toward a fulfilled and virtuous life.